All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome to Dedication. So, the purpose of this channel is essentially to help you guys with some tips and strategies to get out of debt or minimize your debt as much as possible in order to live a debt-free lifestyle. Um, so, the title of the video is it's not clickbait. I know what you're thinking. Credit cards are a cause for most of our debt, but how can a credit card get me out of debt? And you'll be surprised to know that there are a couple of avenues where credit cards are really beneficial um, as a tool to potentially mitigate the interest costs of accruing debt. Two of the examples I have here are the Citi Simplicity card and the Wells Fargo Reflect card. And what makes these cards unique are the balance transfer feature. Now, you may see a lot of offers come in your mail or you see online that offer balance transfers, and most of the time they're limited to about 6 months or so. Now, what's unique about the Wells Fargo and Citi cards are they offer 21 months of a 0% introductory APR. And so what that means is for those first 21 months um, after you transfer your balance, you'll have the opportunity to pay down that debt without accruing interest. And this could be a lifesaver for many of you that are struggling to just burn down the interest costs, let alone pay off the balance that you owe. And so these cards are great tools when used properly and with discipline to mitigate that damage. So we'll talk a little bit about the Wells Fargo card first. Again, 0% interest for 21 months, which is great. It has a $0 annual fee, so you're not paying to just for the privilege of using the card. Um, what you can do is apply for one of these cards. Now, this is ideal for someone who has decent credit and has just kind of gotten backtracked on their payments a little bit, so, but they're still making payments. So um, it's a great tool for those with decent credit because if you have decent credit, chances are you'll have a good credit amount that's given to you. If you're applying for this card with low income and high debt, it might not be beneficial because the amount that will be granted for you may not be sufficient enough to transfer the balance over. But in either case, it does help mitigate some of the debt if you're trying to get out of being crushed under that boulder, so to speak. There are some good perks with this card too. If you have a cell phone and you're paying with this card, you get $600 up to $600 cell phone protection and that's against damage or theft. There's zero liability protection. That's pretty much standard across most cards. You get roadside dispatch features, but the primary feature here is we want that 0% APR for 21 months. Now, there is no free lunch, so what I mean by that is there's always a catch to these things. You're not going to get out and get anything handed for free. It is a good offer, especially if you have a lot of debt, but at the same time, this credit card has a 5% balance transfer fee. So hypothetically, for example, if you're transferring $10,000 worth of debt from another card onto this card, you're looking at an additional $500. In many cases, though, this balance transfer fee is absolutely worth it because the amount you're paying in interest is going to be substantially more than what you'd pay for a balance transfer fee. Um, and so this is a good option. The City Simplicity card might be a little bit of a better option for many of you. So you can use this for very similarly a balance transfer. It's a 0% APR for 21 months. You also get 0% APR for the first 12 months of purchases. So if you're having to make some purchases at the same time as you're paying off your balance transfer, it could be a worthwhile endeavor to look at this card. There are no late fees, no penalty rates, there's no annual fees. So this is a really good card in that regard as well. In addition, there is still a balance transfer fee. Now, the introductory balance transfer fee here is 3% of the amount of the transfer. So this is actually a better option than the Wells Fargo card. Um, my advice is if you have a lot of debt and you're trying to mitigate some of the damages accruing from this debt, one of the things you can do is start off with one of these cards and then pay off that balance and then do another balance transfer. Or if you're running out of time, you can consider another balance transfer. Now, again, you're going to be hit with fees, but in the long run, this might be a better approach than to just paying interest and never getting over that hurdle. So these cards have been around for a little while with their 21-month promo. It may change at any time, so it would be in uh, your best interest to get on board as soon as possible after weighing in the pros and cons, obviously. And again, discipline is the primary key. Now, if you know you're gonna do a balance transfer and you're not gonna be able to stay on top of it, then I don't want to see people opening up more avenues of debt for themselves. These are supposed to be used as tools in order to get you out of debt. So these are just two options, two of the best options that I've been able to find. I'll link them below in the description for your convenience. And then stay tuned for further content. We're going to be talking about things like buying a car versus leasing a car. We're going to talk about if EVs are worth it in this space. Talk about some of the best jobs you can get that don't necessarily require a college education. We'll talk about various different strategies and tips and tricks to mitigate debt and kind of get you on the path to financial freedom. Try to be as no BS as possible in terms of the videos. If you like the content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.